I am completely unprepared for my first moments of fatherhood. Unprepared for the softness of her newborn skin. She feels like warm liquid velvet, yet I'm the one melting. Unprepared for her breath tickling my chest hair in a steady flowing rhythm. Unprepared for the full body calm that washes over me as I find the eyes of my wife, Tessa, who's just handed me Sage, our bundle of new life. It is so quiet. Tessa gave birth at the UCSD Hospital Birth Center. We chose it deliberately. She wanted a natural childbirth like her mom had. Fewer interventions, fewer machines. So instead of beeping monitors and harsh lights, we have a new age sound bath, lavender diffuser, and a warm light over our king-size family bed. Having Sage on my chest drops me into this foreign territory, not just because a human we made has emerged from Tessa's body and is now living and breathing on my chest. It's foreign because it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's joyful, and I'm actually here in my body. That's not where I usually live. I am a child of chaos, raised by trauma. In my house, quiet, peaceful, and joyful were red flags. They meant something was about to explode. Alcohol-fueled screaming, slamming doors, slap across the face. To survive, I mastered 2 unconscious arts. The first, make noise, perform, fill the room with amplified hyperbole. This is literally the silkiest salmon sashimi I've ever tasted. The second, leave my body, dissociate. Like during my wedding rehearsal dinner, floating through the room, smiling, pretending joy, mostly trying to crawl out of my skin. Getting loud or getting out, well, they worked. You know, they kept my pain far away. But therapy, meds, a little yoga, I realized they kept the good stuff away too. And I'm determined to do it differently with Sage, to be present, connected to her, to myself, not checked out like my dad. He too was a child of chaos. Dissociation and brooding were his default. Alcohol, carrying him away from me. Not much of a blueprint for fatherhood. And I'm yanked out of my new father bliss when I jolt of self-doubt. Shit, am I ready for this? To bring her home? I mean, I think we are. We've got it mapped out. Bought the fancy glider chair for late night rocking, even though we both worried I'd fall asleep before Sage. Passed my first dad test. Assembled the hand-me-down crib without instructions. Got the designer purple outfit for her grand homecoming. Stocked the diapers, all of it. But first, medical clearance. UCSD is a teaching hospital, which means there's a steady procession of providers, beginning with the baby-faced medical student, then the baby-faced intern, and then the baby-faced senior resident, before you finally get to meet the real doctor who takes care of the actual baby. The senior resident, who looks like he got lost on his way to the prom, he's here and he seems to be taking pretty long listening to Sage's chest. Too long. Tessa speaks up. Is everything okay? I'm just going to have my attending come by. I think I hear a murmur. Tessa and I lock eyes. I watch the resident huddle with the med student and intern. Quiet tones, concerned looks. The attending walks in, friendly, warm, reassuring. I mean, I try not to go worst case. She places her stethoscope on Sage's tiny chest. Her eyes are closed as she listens. Silence. Thick, heavy silence. My face flushes. I'm breathing shallow, my chest tight, and my throat's closing. She whips her stethoscope back around her neck. There's a problem with Sage's heart. And there I go, floating away, drifting just outside my head. What is she talking about? There are many words that follow, so many words, medical words. And the faces, the look, the one that says, this is bad. Next thing we know, they wheel in a baby-sized stretcher, and we have to take her to the NICU, tests, monitoring. The NICU, the ICU for babies, for our baby Sage. Wait, what is going on? What's going on is they're taking our baby away from us. That is literally what they're doing, taking our baby. And they're acting like this is completely normal. They tell us we can't even go with her in the elevator. Once we get her settled, you can be with her. I'm frozen, and they keep walking, and we let them. I know what I'm supposed to do. Feel it. Give myself a moment. The NICU social worker must have sensed this because she's just deposited me on a faux leather couch inside a tiny private room. Seems like it used to be a janitor's closet. I mean, it smells like grief in here. She probably saw it on my face, the horror of seeing Sage under harsh lights, wires stuck to her newborn skin, a freaking IV needle. I mean, we're about as far away from the organic glow of the birth center as possible, and she's crying and crying. And crying is what I'm supposed to do now. Nothing happens. I stare at the wall. I'm in the netherworld, so far from the joy of an hour ago. I just want to go back. Sage on my chest, her breath, her soft skin. I just want that feeling back. I want her back. I barge out of the crying room to her side, and she's right there. I just want to hold her, take her home in her fancy purple outfit, on my chest, rocking her glider. I just want it the way it was supposed to be. Still, no diagnosis. They need to transfer her to Rady Children's Hospital to be examined by the cardiology specialists. Something about this transfer snaps me back. Sage needs me. Tessa needs me. And this is what I've been training for. Not just sleep deprivation and diaper blowout, but staying in my body when so much of me wants to flee. So I just breathe and in and out, connecting, slowing down. All right. Yeah, there I am. Okay. Paramedics arrive for transport, and we agree. Tessa should go in the ambulance, but we're told no parents. Protocol. Now I want to make some noise. Fuck protocol. Thing is, when I make noise, it rarely goes well. I mean, screaming F-bombs at the IRS is one thing. And this is my daughter's life. I need this to go well. Chris, take a breath. I stand down. We barely have time to process. They wheel her out in this kind of clear cocoon transporter, and we follow them to the back of the hospital where the ambulance is waiting, lift her into the back, close the doors. The ambulance drives off. It's gone. I mean, Sage is gone. Tess and I are just standing there holding each other. She's a puddle. I'm barely hanging on. People pass us, laughing, living their lives. And they have no idea. We arrive at Rady's. We insist on seeing Sage. The medical staff informs us no parents until the admission of the patient is complete. Patient. Our baby is a patient. Moments ago, she was a bundle of joy, bathed in Enya. Now she's wired to a room that beeps like a broken machine. And we're ushered into another small room. The cardiologist will be in shortly. The door closes. There's a 3D model of a heart on the table, posters on the walls with detailed diagrams of various cardiac conditions, educational pamphlets about congenital heart defects. And we wait. Tess and I aren't saying much. We're both locked in our own mental battles. Mine is between the part of me that wants to bolt from this claustrophobic room, and the other part that I've been building, the one that says, stay, be here, whatever it is. And I close my eyes and a surge rises from my gut. Tessa, I'm so scared. I am so scared. The door finally opens, and in walks 3 different doctors. Blur white coats, stethoscopes. They sit down, introductions before the lead doctor gets down to business. Sage has a condition called pulmonary valve stenosis. This is a congenital heart defect. She needs to have a procedure, and we want you to know people with this condition, they go on to lead healthy, active lives. She's going to be okay. Yay, that's where you clap. The grip on my body just lets loose. Tears, you can imagine, several sighs. I'm breathing again, holding Tessa's hand as they go on to explain. I mean, if a person has to pick a congenital heart defect, apparently this is the one. Now, you should know she'll live with this her whole life, and likely when she's a teenager, she'll need open heart surgery to replace the valve. I mean, it's a hell of a lot to take in, but I'm hearing teenager, whole life. I like that. Maybe I'm drunk on relief because even the harder things I'm hearing feel like just easy to swallow. Also, this doctor, I'm just noticing how ridiculously handsome he is. After Sage's procedure and she's settled, finally, she's back in my arms. And here we are again, quiet, peaceful, and joyful. And I want so badly to savor this. But can I trust this? Is she really going to be okay? Can I stay in this? And I put my finger in Sage's hand, and she curls her fingers around, and with my other hand, I squeeze her toes, and I breathe. Yeah, I can stay in this. And what of Sage? Well, she did finally make it home after 2 weeks in the NICU, and of course, we forgot her designer purple outfit. But we did get our late-night glider sessions. And in the weeks and the months and years that followed, Sage taught me how to be a dad. She played soccer. She rode roller coasters. She did everything they said she could do. And at 12, she got through and recovered from open heart surgery. With courage and humor she got from her dad. And now she's 18. Just graduated high school, heading to UC Davis in the fall. Pre-med. And me, being a dad, I struggled. I still struggle. But I kept showing up over and over and over again. And even though she won't come out and say it, pretty sure Sage is a fan.
Put your hands together for Chris Onderdonk.